Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekend analysis. The markets are closed. So, what does that mean? It means it's time for us to actually see what we have ahead for this coming week. Right. So, to begin with, don't forget we still have a few more days before this promo code ends. Literally 10 days. Holiday 50, get 50% off all products with the promo code holiday50. So you get 50% off the instant pro, 50% off the classic instant account, even the two-step account. So make sure you grab yourself an account before this promo ends. And without further ado, let us jump right into our analysis this evening. So we're going to start first with the dollar index. So dollar index, we were hoping that the market may come all the way down here, but we just started moving further up and we didn't even reach this level. So we're going to move that off um, the chart there. So what can we expect for next week? Well, next week we can be looking to probably still be putting a few pending orders, like for example, right above this resistance level. So we could be having a pending order right above this resistance level. The price comes all the way up here, and we could have our stop loss on the previous low right here. Then we could be aiming to the next resistance level that would be right there. So we could be looking literally for a one-to-one trade right here. So that is what we can anticipate for next week. If we don't see that push to the upside, then possibly what we can be looking for is a push to the downside just below this previous low. We'd have to probably see the market continue all the way down, and whichever size it picks, we're still gonna be aiming for the bottom part right here, all the way here. Yeah, around 9745, and that can be a good 2-to-1 trade with the dollar index. So whichever will be hit here, either a 1-to-1 trade or the 2-to-1, we are definitely gonna jump on that ship. Right, then let's move over to euro dollar. So euro dollar has been pushing down real strongly. We had a few hiccups here and there where the market consolidated for a bit but continued all the way down, came back to the entry point, and then came all the way down again. So right now we do have like a 50-50 when it comes to the sentiment. So as usual, we're gonna move ourselves to break even because that is the smart move to do because we do not know where these markets may want to end up at by the end of the week. So we just literally need to prepare ourselves for whatever may come. So that is euro dollar. Let's look at dollar yen. So dollar yen, we literally hit break even, unfortunately. So we might be looking for another opportunity apart from what we had this week. So what can we expect for this coming week? Well, let's remove that over there. So for this coming week, what we can be looking for is probably a few breaks of the trend line. So the trend line is all the way down here, and we're looking to probably come all the way up here. If we say we put a buy stop right above here, that wouldn't quite work because by the time it's reaching here and the week is ending, it could be when the week is ending, then we can find that we are literally bouncing off this level and then coming all the way down. So it is best if that buy stop is probably all the way up here with the low stop loss right there and aiming for the very top there. So this could be a nice 1.79 to 1. And if the market so decides to come down, then we could be looking for probably the break of the trend line somewhere around here. Then we'll adjust our stop loss based on the previous high. Then we could be looking to possibly even come all the way down here to 154. This could be a great 4-to-1 trade. Yeah, that's what we could anticipate. Then let's look at pound yen. Pound yen, we didn't quite reach the very top there. We are still on this mission because this is not too far off. So, but the thing is, we might change the stop loss there, and same area that we'll be looking for there. But then over here, the trend line has been broken. That's one thing we need to keep in mind. The trend line has been broken. So another thing is an entry just immediately right here would be ideal, because if something changes right here, then we could be in an automatic buy. But right now, this could be a great risk reward because it is just nearly to the previous high, which was right there. So we'll just be aiming at this actual previous high right there, and then probably a target right below here around 208. That could be a crazy 8-to-1, very much possible. So let's keep an eye watching that. So this is like an in trade that is active. If it gets topped out, it will be into a buy. So that is what we can anticipate on pound yen. Then dollar Mexican. Dollar Mexican has been doing quite well. We had a few push up to Dows, came all the way down, came to break even, came all the way down, but we didn't set a break even on dollar Mexican. So this is probably an ideal time to do that because we do not know when the market will kind of reverse. So we can have a break even just there. And then let's go over to CAD Swiss. So CAD Swiss, we didn't really have any entry to the downside, so that's okay. But next week, I would say we'll have to probably push this slightly above there with a high stop loss right there. Then yeah, this is what we could be anticipating for next week. A push if we do break below 57560, then we could be seeing ourselves coming all the way down here possibly, especially since we have a week that is packed with news, starting with ISM manufacturing PMI. We have Aussie news, we have dollar news, we have Swiss news, we have dollar news again, and then Canadian news, then dollar news again. So CAD Swiss will be volatile for this coming week. So let's also keep an eye watching that. Then pound dollar. So pound dollar, we are still in it, but we actually reached break even. So the market moved slightly up into our favor. Then before we even reached the top, we tumbled all the way down. So the market has already told us that we don't want to go up. So what we are gonna do at this point in time is change direction then. But this time we will be a bit critical about that. So we see where this wick was. The wick was there, then there was a higher wick. So let's try and aim for this low wick over there. Stop loss on the previous high there. Then we could be aiming to come all the way down to 1.3280. This an area could be coming down to with a 2.26-to-1 risk reward. If we take a look at sentiments, 49%, this might reduce as time goes by. That's what I'm anticipating if also price continues going all the way down. Then let's look at gold. So gold, we entered into a moment of a crash right here, well anticipated. Like this was where we thought to actually sell, and the market just went through that like it was nothing. And so this is where we call for a break even point actually, because the market has moved significantly. So we need to protect ourselves when it comes to this. But overall, we also need to keep in mind that we could be coming all the way down here to 4168. So it's all or nothing at this point with gold. Then let's look at NAS 100. So NAS 100, we also did not managed to fill the stop to the upside, but rather the markets came crashing down. Same with gold. So what does it mean? Well, it obviously seems here that this move to the downside will continue. So we could remove that pending order to the upside. We'll definitely be looking for some sell bias here. Previous high stop loss right there. So if we do push all the way down, then you know where we're going. We're going to the next support over here. This will be a 0.79 to 1, which is a negative risk reward, but either ways, it is what the market is giving us. But we can even push it even slightly further to this support level, which is all the way down here. Yeah, so that's around 255. So we just put that at 255 somewhere here. Yeah. So this will give us even a better risk reward, 0.98 to 1. So that's what we can anticipate. Then Bitcoin, this one is still at break even. We haven't yet reached there, but if we do push higher, then we're out of this game. Right, then let's move over to Ethereum. Ethereum, we still have the 20 to 80 at this moment in time. So it's increasingly getting worse. Like we don't have enough buyers, and this downside has not even been touched yet. So what does this mean? Well, we should be prepared for the move that's coming. The move to the downside is coming and it's going to be strong. So what we are anticipating is a move probably down below this previous resistance level. We'll use the previous resistance level as our entry point. Then whatever high stop loss will be there. And we'll keep it all the way down here to 2,600. So we'll be looking to take out this previous support low. Yeah. And this could be a good 4-to-1 trade that we could be anticipating on Ethereum. If possible, we could even go further down, but this support level is what we're trying to aim for at exactly 2619. So let's just adjust that to 619. So that is what we're looking for. A good 3.9221 is what we could be aiming for. But if the market drops here, then provides a smaller resistance, then it drops further, we'll move our stop loss to that previous resistance, and then even probably this risk reward may increase. So this is where we come to an end with our analysis this evening. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope your weekend will be great. Even the coming week, I do hope it to be profitable. We had a profitable week this week with 0 losses, and that is great. That's what we like to see in the market. But of course, we always have to have our stop losses in place so as not to lose more than you can afford in this market. So once again, don't forget to also use the promo code HOLIDAY50. And on the 12th of January at 11:59 CT, we literally have 10 days before this promo ends. And that gives you a 50% off all products before the 12th of January. So make sure you get yourself an account before it ends. And this is where we come to an end. I hope your weekend goes well. And once again, happy trading and may the pips be with you.